Hi, welcome to Playmusic, and this is the Mariner Eunoia-OM. Now the Mariner Eunoia belongs to Mariner's Green series, which are made using environmentally friendly materials that are carefully selected from sustainable sources. To all intents and purposes, this is a conventional all-acoustic orchestral model. But with pressure growing on guitar manufacturers to seek alternatives to many of the traditional timbers used in guitar making, the Mariner Green series attempts to offer a solution. The trade in endangered species like mahogany and rosewood is so rigorously policed by environmental agencies these days that many of the large guitar brands' stockpiles of increasingly expensive and rare timbers is already dwindling. However, this situation has been foreseen by a handful of manufacturers, including Mariner, that are already well ahead of the curve and exploring how to make acoustic guitars mostly using sustainable sources. The whole environmental thing is growing increasingly important, and I think it's very important for all of us guitarists to take note of that when we're choosing an instrument. Many guitar companies that are using rosewood and mahogany are choosing them from sustainable sources, which is fine, but I think that the direction that Mariner are taking is a very interesting one. Many of those rare timbers and the more common timbers that we find in guitar making won't be around forever. So it really is up to us to encourage manufacturers to choose these different sources and different materials. They work really well. There's no sense when you play this guitar that it's made from wood which is slightly unusual or unconventional. It's beautifully finished and it's a great guitar in its own right, and I think it's a very important step forward for guitar manufacture, and one that we're very willing to support wholeheartedly. We have a premium grade Sitka spruce top, a solid top, reinforced with traditional X bracing. But the back and sides, which are also solid, these are made from a wood called paulownia, which is a fast-growing hardwood which is indigenous to China. It looks a bit like a cross between oak and ash, and it produces a really nice tone. The neck is natto, or natto, however you like to pronounce it. It's a species which is similar to mahogany, but again this is grown in sustainable sources, and unlike mahogany, which takes hundreds of years to grow to a mature tree, natto, like paulownia, is a fast growing hardwood that reaches maturity in 4 to 5 years before it's harvested. So once it's harvested, a new crop of trees can be planted, ready to grow nice and quickly. Now the fingerboard is an interesting timber. It's called sonokelling, not snorkeling, which is how I first of all thought it was pronounced, but it's sonokelling. It looks a bit like rosewood. It's got that kind of dark chocolatey grain, but under the fingers it feels a little bit more like ebony. It's quite sleek, quite hard actually, but it's very comfortable to play. The Mariner Green series also features some really very attractive finishing. The neck and body are both trimmed with natural maple, as is the neck heel here, but there is also lots of lovely real abalone trim used on the sound hole rosette to trim the sides of the body here, and also on the join between the book matched back here.